This podcast was recorded on Budjalung land and produced in Naarm.
Oh, it's a rat! It's a rat!
So sexy when you mad, Callum.
I saw it with my own two eyes, bro.
Team Skanky is pretty stanky.
All right, we're on.
Bring the action. Hi guys, welcome to Skye and Cal's podcast.
First one, episode 1.
Episode 1, baby. Let's go.
I feel like it's a long time coming, but we're on. Finally.
We've had our coffees, our energy drinks.
Yeah.
We're ready to rumble. So I'm Skye Marie Wheatley. Some of you may know me from Big Brother. I'm a celebrity, Instagram. I am a little bit of a influencer these days. I'm a mum of 2, live on the Gold Coast, born and bred. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. What about you, Cal?
Callum Hall. I was born in the UK, South Wales. I moved over here when I was 18, I think on my 18th birthday. And I've been here since. I've done a few shows here in Australia, Love Island, I'm a Celeb, Aussie show, and then, you know, the Deal or No Deals and all that sort of jazz.
Oh,
innit?
yeah, Deal
That
or
stuff.
No
Yeah.
Deal. We did that together.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
That was fun.
But then, other than that, I do a little bit of social media as well, but nowhere near to the extent that you do it. Obviously,
I am the queen.
the Z Queen.
The social media queen. So, let's talk about how we met.
Okay, so for all you guys that don't know how Skye and myself met, we actually met on I'm a Celeb.
We weren't separated at birth. I know a lot of people think that.
Yeah, we
are-
met for the first time in the jungle, huh?
Yeah, we are brother and sister, but
In another life.
yeah, in another life. So we met on I'm a Celebrity. And the funny thing was, I had watched every single Love Island, like, what are they called? Seasons. I'd watched every single season except for yours.
Yeah.
And when you came in, I'm like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, I don't know. And then I was like, are you the love rat? And you were like, I guess so. And you
Yeah.
literally reminded me of Michael Finch, like a buff bunny version of Michael Finch.
Don't get me started on Michael
my
Finch.
God.
I do not see the resemblance whatsoever.
I honestly maybe just think it might be the eyebrows.
Sharp brows.
Because obviously he was into makeup and he
Yeah.
manicured his brows really well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe I just look straight at the eyebrows. I'm like, oh, hello, Michael Finch. Hello. But yeah, we had that short interaction. And then we didn't really talk for like 2 days or something.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We were like in our own little groups, I
feel
guess.
like everyone was like in a group, but we were just like floating around every group. Does that make sense? Did you feel that way?
Definitely. But then we had a really good chat maybe 4 days in, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this guy's like my brother.
Yeah, I was like, you're the female version of me, and this is actually really weird.
Yeah, but it was nice to have someone like you in there because normally I always feel like a lone wolf on a reality TV show.
Same.
I'm like, oh God, I'm like the young, annoying, dumb,
Yes.
you know. Obviously that's great for TV, but I do feel like a little bit of an outsider. So it was
Same,
nice to have someone that I really clicked with and could resonate
100%,
with.
yeah.
So yeah, that was how we met.
I remember the first time I walked in, because we were in 2 different camps. Remember
Yeah.
the first time when like the 2 camps came together?
Yes.
I remember like seeing you for the first time. I thought, yes, this is mad. She's going to help me pass some time. Going to be rizzing you for the next couple of weeks in the jungle. Happy days. It literally took me like a couple of hours and I was like, she's like my sister. And then I was like, why was I thinking that on day one?
He's like, oh, this is really incest
Yes,
now.
not the one. We were having just a little conversation on one of the beds. And I was like, Skye, like, what's the biggest word you know?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and you said some words.
Paleontologist.
Yeah, but you didn't really even know what it meant.
No. Oh.
And then
No, I was like, I can spell it. And you're like, all right, go. And I'm like, fuck, actually, I haven't spelt it in a while. I don't remember.
Yeah. I remember it was like, yeah, that moment I was like, she's like the girl version of me. This
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, actual. And then that viral clip of you being like, I think I got a tick.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's-
where? Show me. And I'm like, yeah, brah, you do. It's on your
Yeah,
head.
Everyone else around me was like supportive and was like, oh, like you be like, and you're just like making matters worse. Like, that's fact.
Yeah, I'm
You've
like-
got a tick in your head. I wouldn't want to be you sort of thing. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's exactly what I would do in any situation. Make things
No
worse.
support. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's cool.
That was one of the moments like that we clicked, because I was like, you're like me in the sense that you have this utmost confidence, like straight
To
away
say
you're like
exactly what you
yeah,
want to say.
Yeah, you say it straight away. Then like when you get question about it. You're just like, oh, just not really that sure.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, I don't know what I was saying. I'm so sorry.
But then, like, yeah, we got along so well. And I feel like as the show went on and the group got smaller, we became, like, even closer.
Yeah, it was really good. It was so good to be in the top 3 with you.
Yes,
like,
I know, yeah.
I don't think I would have changed who was in the top 3.
Nah, no way,
like,
no way.
Even though Tristan and I weren't, like, tight, getting to know him towards the end was really nice. And then having you there, that was, like, my comfort.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, oh, okay, we can be, like, chill and be relaxed and be ourselves.
Yeah, and I knew that, like, the longer you're in there with me, the less chance I have of doing the trial. So I was like, just don't vote Skye out.
I know. You're like, oh, when I just kept getting chosen, I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But
rough.
it was like a good and bad thing, I guess, because I knew it was like the public wanted to see. We got chosen a lot.
I think, yeah, did you have 12 trials and I had, I think, 11?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Mad. But I thought that people hated me. That's why I was getting voted. I was like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, why do Australia hate me?
No, I think they thought you were very entertaining. But yeah,
that's right.
I'm so glad that we were both on that show because I watch it back and I'm like, fuck, we did good. Like, I feel like the show was what it was.
Yeah.
That sounds up myself. I don't want to sound like, we carried the show. But I'm like, I feel like it was such a good cast.
Yeah, 100%.
And it was so good that we were on there together because I feel like the show was so fun and just like
100%.
They needed that.
With shows like that, it's all about the cast.
Yes.
Because, like, the cast make the experience.
Yeah, exactly. They make the whole show.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a really good cast. And you're the only one I speak to out of
Same.
everyone. I don't really keep in contact with anyone.
It's hard that though, isn't it? Because like no one's got time really to like finish a reality show and have like 30 new friends.
I know. You
know what I
just
mean?
go back to your normal life. And
Yeah.
life's so
but
busy.
what about Frankie? Like you
Nah, man, he
Like-
ghosted me. Yeah, but he said while we were in there, he's like, I would not keep in contact with anyone from a show. And I get it. Like, I didn't keep in contact with anyone from Big Brother or I'm a Celebrity or any of the reality things that I've done. I think because the reason why we've stayed in contact is because obviously we're,
similar age, similar
and
personalities.
also we're in business together now.
Yes.
We
Who
are
would have
like
thought? Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. We're about
Who's
to like
dumb and who's dumber?
we're about to film a sequel of Dumb and Dumber.
I don't know who's dumb and who's dumber, but I got a feeling that I'm dumb and you're dumber.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Actually, no. Oh,
We'll let you guys decide.
Yeah, you guys let us know who you think's dumber. But yeah, that's how we met, and glad we did because look where we are now.
Yeah.
And we've got so much more fun to experience. Okay, we are going to be deep diving into the drum roll.
My breakup.
Not that that's like a happy thing and I'm not like smiling because it's always sad when you part
Yeah.
ways with someone.
100%,
But
yeah.
I feel like, a lot of people want to know. I get asked about it. People are like, oh my God, what happened? And I'm like, yo, not my business to tell. So
You're like staying well away from it.
I don't love the drama.
Nah,
but,
same. I hate it.
but
I hate it.
the people want the tea.
The people on the tea. So we're going to dive in.
Yeah, what are you comfortable sharing? What happened? How did you meet?
Okay, so we'll run it back to when we first met.
Yeah.
We were on a brand trip in Fiji.
Yeah.
There was a group of influencers. We were in Fiji for a week. And by chance, Sasha and I were on the same flight. We travelled all the way out to Fiji, to the island together. When we got there, we were actually told that we were staying in the same villa. Everyone else already had their villas allocated.
I'd be raging. I'd be like, get me the fuck out of the room with this dude.
I mean, it was a bit weird because, like, you'd think that, like, a couple of the boys would be together and the girls would be together. And, we were the last ones there. So it was just kind of like, you're in the same villa. Sasha and I were cool with it. And we just kind of stayed there. But then as the trip went on, we were there for like a week. We started to get like closer and closer, like every day. Because like we were spending every day, every night together.
But were you kind of just thinking it was a friendship?
Yeah, 100%. I was thinking it was a friendship. But then, I don't know, it was like, it felt so comfortable so early on. And everything just started to like progress into a little bit more than a friendship. But like,
I feel
we
like
weren't hooking up or anything.
Yeah, it's easy to, have a relationship with someone you feel comfortable with, and like if your personalities are vibing.
Yeah,
you
because
naturally,
there's no like pressure, right? Like we're just like
Yeah.
friends. And as the trip like started to unfold, we were doing all these like, day trips and stuff. And Sash and I found ourselves like doing most of it together. Like we'd be as a group, but it would always be like Sash and I going there together, or like doing the activities together, or leaving early together. And then like the last night, I started lipsing up. So
Lipsing up?
It wasn't like proper. It was just like a kiss.
Who made the first move?
I think I did. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. And we were like being a bit discreet about it too. And then when we got back to Australia, I was like, that's just a honeymoon little romance thing. You know?
It's easy to fall in love.
It is,
in
because
Fiji.
you're away from all your responsibilities, just like wherever, innit? And then we got back to Australia and I was like, listen, like this is just a honeymoon thing. Like, let's just go back into our normal things, like lives. I've already just broken up with my previous ex-girlfriend. I'm not really ready to be like diving straight into a new relationship sort of thing.
But like, you know that you cannot get into a relationship right now. Like you have so much work coming up that would just jeopardize a relationship anyway.
That's right. And that's always in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Like no matter who I meet, I've always got this thing like we'll see where it goes, have a bit of fun or whatever. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm never like 110% committed, because like I know what's coming and I know what I've got lined up, which like is my job.
Yes. And she knew about that, right?
Yeah. So she did.
Or did you not tell her?
No, I did tell her that I had stuff coming up. I did tell her.
But did you miss out some finer details?
I missed out some finer details, of course.
Oh
I'm not
my
gonna
God,
lie.
of
I'm
course.
no saint.
Of course.
So like,
Why do guys, just one question, why do guys tell girls what they want to hear? Like, I don't get it, because it's like, not like you're going to get anything out of it apart from a big fat fucking mess anyway.
That's right. Well, trust me, I know. I've been through it that many times. It
I
always
don't
ends up in a
understand.
big
It's
fat mess.
so stupid. He's like, yeah, babe, I'm so in love with you. I want to get married and have 2 kids. You're like, oh, fucking hell, why'd I tell her that?
Yes.
Now it's going to be worse and harder for me to...
I know. Trust me, it's something I need to work on.
It's a thing in their brain that just goes, just tell her everything she wants to hear.
So yeah, like I met up with her just to airdrop some photos, and then again, it just progressed. We ended up going to like Pack Fair shopping centre. Then we're having photos with Santa, hugging,
that is
doing
so
the love
intimate.
hearts. Yeah, and then she's printing out like, we're printing out all the photos. And
Puts
she's
the
putting them
photos
into
in a frame next to your bed.
And then we had them in like a globe with the snow and all this. And I remember leaving being like, what is happening? Like things are moving mad and I don't even mean for it to be happening this way.
Yeah.
But I'm comfortable and I'm happy doing it. So it progressed.
It was probably fun in the moment.
Yeah. We had a good time, and then we obviously spent a couple of months together. But then in the back of my head, I was like, I knew I had stuff coming up. So it was hard for me to like fully commit.
Yeah.
And then I started, being like less trustworthy, less loyal, and it was just kind of like on a downward spiral. And it ended up just becoming so toxic. So we just kind of, parted ways.
But do you think you made it toxic, or was it you guys as a collective?
Nah, she was perfect in that sense. Like it was all on my end.
Yeah.
Like I was traveling off for work, I was seeing my ex a couple of times. She knew about it. It was just drama.
Naughty, Cal.
Yeah. And then at that point I was like, you know what? When we did like break up, I was like, this is probably for the best. I was like, there was so much parts of the relationship that were missing that I didn't realize until I was actually out of the relationship. So I guess I've just like learned what I want in a partner and what like I don't want, and how to move in future relationships,
Yeah, but did you ever have the conversation, or did she find a whole heap of shit and then she was the one to be like, this is done?
Yeah, it was pretty much that. And then I wasn't even like, there wasn't a part of me that was like, oh, like let's try to make it work. I think I was like, yeah, okay, sweet. Like this, and it was the most abrupt, perfect breakup in that sense. I was like, done, easy, happy days, move on. But then the TikToks and everything started coming out, and I was like,
But that's to be expected, bruh.
Yes,
like
I don't
if you're
want to
gonna
see it.
if you're gonna fuck around, then you
gotta pay the price.
But I think for me, if I were ever to go through a breakup publicly, I would want to stay away from that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's just a whole lot of drama, and then it opens it up for people to have their opinion, and it's not healthy, and it's probably really hurtful for you and her for people to have their opinions on it. Yeah. But I just want to say this one thing. I'm such a girl's girl, and I've got massive girl code. I saw her out at the pub one night, and she was like really stressing. She's like, oh, Skye, Cal's not replying to me. Like he's at
Club appearance.
Yeah, he's at an appearance, and I'm like, oh babe, don't worry about it. Like he left before me last time. He's tame as fuck. Like you were in the room on the phone to your girlfriend. I'm like bashing on the door, like, get the fuck up, it's go. Anyway, and then I'm like, nah, babe, like reassuring her. And then the next time I saw you, you're like, yeah, I was kind of fucking around. And I'm like, fuck's sake, I just broke the girl
That's
code
not your
so
fault.
bad.
That's not your fault.
No,
Yeah.
but I was just like, I had nothing. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, we weren't speaking at that time, so I didn't know what was going on.
Exactly, yeah.
I felt like you were just in the situation where you're like, I'm just going to keep fucking up, so I don't have to be the one to call it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And then it did. She eventually just like called it, and I wasn't like, oh, like, sorry. Like, I was obviously apologetic, but I wasn't like, oh, let's make it work. I was like, okay. Like, it was only 2 messages in the breakup. It was like, I'm done with you, sort of thing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, if you ever want like full closure, I can tell you. And she's like, I know everything. I've seen all your messages. So I was kind of like, all right, let's just leave it at that. It was like a really smooth breakup in that sense.
Well, I'm proud of her for putting her foot down.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that was wrong of you.
Yeah.
But I also love that you're not trying to hide any of your actions. You're like, this is what I did. You're owning it.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're like,
yeah.
I know that I've hurt someone and I know that it wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you have learned from this.
Yeah.
And you're in a good place now.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good thing that you haven't clapped back online because it would make you probably look bad.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like any breakups, I don't see the need to do all that sort of social media stuff, because not only is it like dragging out the breakup and prolonging everything, like if I was to like post loads of stuff online about my ex, right? And then how do I expect to like meet somebody else? So if I was to meet, like, say Doris, and she sees my Instagram,
Karen.
And like she goes to my Instagram and like she's like, what? He's obviously still hooked on his ex. Like, how do you expect to like meet more people? Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't touch a bird if she's got like all these posts and stuff about her ex. I'd be like, she's still caught up on his ex. Leave her alone.
No, who knows? Who knows? But I feel like it was hurtful what you did. So naughty. I do not condone that behavior, but it's good that you have learnt from it and you're like, look, I'm not going to do that again. You obviously didn't want to continue hurting her. That's why you were like, this has to stop.
Yeah, that's right.
But proud of you for being honest. And I have one question to ask because everyone else is asking about it too. The little S bracelet that you've been wearing, what is the go?
So that was a gift from Sasha on Christmas. We
she's
both had
such a cutie.
Yeah, we had
Matching
matching ones. She had a C on hers, I had an S on mine.
Yeah.
And then obviously when we broke up, I was like, oh, what am I going to do with this bracelet now? So I actually went back into the same shop and changed the S for a C. And it literally broke this morning. It's in the car. So I'm going to go back and get it re-soldered or something.
Fired on, burnt on, whatever they do.
There's a special word for it. Starts with an S. I think it ends with a D. Soldered. Don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
Who knows? We're not professional.
But that's the story of the bracelet, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you said you were wearing it in a photo, but it was an old photo that you uploaded?
Yeah. So like everyone online went bananas.
So they still thought you guys were seeing each other?
Yeah. And it was just like a candid photo. Like I didn't even pay attention to the bracelet, but you know what people like online, they just like see the little minute sort of...
I know, they pick everything apart.
Everything, yeah.
And they're like, oh, I think I know what's going on. And it's like, no.
But to be fair, even when
deep.
I did post that photo, the S was the S was actually still on my wrist at that time anyway. But that was like my sort of sign, like, all right, I need to actually change this now. Like, I need to put the C on there, you know?
Because people were popping off. I would have just left it. I would have been like, yeah, this is the time in my life, all right? I dated a really pretty girl. Her name was Sasha, started with S. What do you want from me?
I'm glad that it was a bracelet and not a tattoo, because I would be up shit street if it was a tattoo.
Oh
Imagine
my God,
that.
would you ever get a tattoo?
I don't know. I thought
like
about it with
your partner's name?
Yeah, or like, yeah, I've thought about it, but that's red hot, because if shit goes south, you've got ink permanently on your wrist, innit? Or whatever it is.
That would actually kill me. Actually, Lockie and his ex got like a matching tattoo. He didn't get her name, but they got a matching tattoo. And like, yeah, it kind of irked me at the start, but now I'm like, I don't care.
Well, so you still got it on now?
Yeah.
You're calm. That's so good.
Yeah, but I was not. I used to be a full-blown psycho. We can talk about that. Used to. Now I'm so chill because I'm like 8 years into my relationship.
Yeah.
I'm like,
time goes on and you're just like,
whatever.
whatever, innit? Yeah.
But I know how it would feel if like you started dating a guy and he had his ex's name. I'd be like, oh yeah, Tracy. Yeah, tell us about Tracy, huh? Fucking hell. It's
Yeah, I
all
would
good.
never.
There's good lasers out there these days, but
But I don't think it comes off completely though, you know? I think it stays on a little bit.
yeah, it's a bit
permanent,
risky.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
bit. Do you have any tattoos?
No, you don't put stickers on a Ferrari, Skye.
It's a bumper sticker on a Bentley. No. I love like little dainty tattoos on girls.
Yeah.
I think it's hot. And I think guys with tattoos look great too. But I'm like, I don't think it would suit me.
Yeah, same here.
I don't think I could pull it off. You're the
Yeah.
same. It would just not be right.
Not me. But I
Yeah.
feel like if I did end up having one, it'd be full chat and I'd be covered head to toe.
He's like, I would have all my ex's names on me.
There's not enough skin.
True that. Okay, so how are you feeling about the breakup? Are you over it? Are you all good now?
Yeah. I'm in the best place like that I've been in a long time, you know? Like
Yeah.
I feel like every relationship that you have, every breakup that you go through, you just kind of learn a bit more about yourself and like
Yeah.
what you want and what sort of aligns with you. And honestly, I've never felt better. I've got no responsibilities when I'm doing my work on the weekends, doing the club appearances and so forth. Like I've got no pressure. I don't have to text somebody to reassure somebody or any of that. I'm just living now and it's like, I'm in a good place. I'm happy.
Yeah, it would be hard to have someone blowing up your phone, you know, stressing. And you
yeah.
don't want to put them through that either.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you
It's
think you
hard.
would ever reach out to her and maybe be like, I'm sorry? Or
Oh, like obviously I apologized like when we went through our
that's good.
breakup. Yeah, of course.
Good job, mate.
Thanks, mate. But I feel like if I saw Sasha out now, I wouldn't be like have my ass up
Yeah,
against the wall.
no
I'd just be
bad
like, hey, how are you?
feelings.
Like, and I just keep moving, do my thing, you know? Like I'm not the one to hold on to grudges and stuff.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like if I ever saw an ex out, regardless of what we've been through or how they treated me or how I treated them, I feel like I would just be like, hey, mate, how you going? Like,
yeah.
you don't really know them anymore. It's like you had a, you know, short period of time with them. I feel like it's easier
Yeah.
just to have respect and not hold on to any,
100%.
you know,
but
bad
it does,
blood.
I feel like it depends on how long the relationship is as well, you know? Like ours was like literally 2 months. Like it was very short.
It was short.
It was very short. So like
was.
I don't have as much feeling towards it. It's not like I've been with somebody for like, 5 years and then it's just like a lot more weight to it. It's kind of like it was a time and it's passed, like whatever.
And it was so hard for you too, or it would have been hard for both of you because like everyone, it was so public and everyone had so many opinions
Yeah.
on you and her and you guys together.
Yeah.
So-
it's hard because that was my first relationship in the public eye.
Yeah, because
And
you
like,
normally date girls who don't have social
yeah,
media.
low-key birds. That's what I like usually go for, you know? And, you'd get the same with Lockie. Like
He's
I've
like,
seen
I'm
stories.
the star normally.
But I've seen stories like on numerous occasions with yourself and Lockie, you know?
Yeah,
and it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
people just like
They love it.
They love it, yeah.
They
and it's
love
just-
being a part of your relationship and
Yeah.
feeling like they know every detail, you know?
And I feel like it does have an impact, especially if you're not 100% happy in your relationship. The fact that you've got all the public eyes on you and like have this expectation that it puts you under a bit of pressure to like
It does.
make it work.
Yeah, like there's even times where Lockie's been upset and been like, oh, this person said this and I'm, that hurts me. And I'm like, well, shit, it's hard for me to control what other people are saying, but
Yeah.
it does get to your relationship, even though I don't want to let people know that because it's annoying and I don't want them to
Yeah.
keep commenting, but it does put pressure and strain on the relationship.
But I feel like then again, you've been with Lockie for such a long time now. You can like almost see it. Like, you've been through it enough and
Yes.
you've seen it enough to like just brush it to the side. Where like for me, it was my first time. So like everything that would pop up, or if I was feeling a type of way, I wouldn't want to like speak about it with Sasha because I'd be like, the pressure of the public, keeping the public happy, like almost,
Oh,
like,
no way. I feel
yeah.
like you got to put yourself first 100%.
100%,
But I
yeah.
know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being raw and honest. And,
That's what you can expect.
that's what you can expect from Skye and Cal's podcast.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast if you want to hear more and follow the action on Instagram at Skye and Callum Podcast. And if you want to ask us any questions, chat to our producers, you can email us anytime at skyeandcallum@novapodcasts.com.au.
Woo, love you guys. That was
Monster energy, bro, I'm
perfect.
telling you.